first one we're gonna do is just an inchworm to a hip stretch. I really like doing these just to kind of get blood flow throughout the body. It also feels really good. So it just kind of sets the tone for what we're about to do. So I want you guys to do 3 reps of this. And then from there, we're gonna move on to push-ups, okay? So we're gonna do 5 push-ups. If you are more advanced with push-ups, you can do anywhere from 5 to 10. And if you are not that great at push-ups, feel free to go to your knees or modify however you need to. The next movement from there we're gonna do is just typical body weight squat. So we're gonna do 10 reps with the body weight squat. The more warm you get, if you wanna turn it into a jump squat, you can totally do that as well. We just kind of wanna warm up the entire body throughout this. The last one we're gonna do is just jumping jacks for 15 reps. So basic jumping jacks. And then if you want, say you're outside, you can just give a quick jog. Maybe it's gonna be anywhere from 50 to 100 feet, and then go back through that rotation. So the first move we're gonna start with is gonna be burpees. Now, when we do burpees, we want you guys to go all the way down, touch your chest to the deck or just to the ground, and then jump up full extension at the top and clap behind your head. Pretty simple. Second movement we're gonna do is gonna be a mountain climber and a push-up complex. So when we're doing this, we're gonna do 5 mountain climbers. That's just gonna be total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna go 2 push-ups. And you're gonna repeat that for 30 seconds. The third movement, we're gonna get our abs a little bit more involved here. We're gonna do V-ups. When we're doing the V-ups, we wanna make sure that we go all the way up and touch our toes, getting our legs and our shoulder blades off the ground. If you can't do this, a normal sit-up will be just fine. The last movement that I have is just gonna be a squat jack. So just a variation of a body weight squat, but it's gonna get your heart rate up a little bit more, and you're probably gonna feel that burn in the quads. So we're gonna rotate through this for 5 total rounds, getting us to 20 minutes, doing the 30-30 split.
I'm gonna demonstrate burpee, normal burpee, but instead of going right back down, boom, 2 lunges, 1 each leg, and then back down. Left leg, right leg, boom, back down. You get 20 seconds of that. Once that buzzer goes off, and we've hit our 10 seconds rest, we're in our flutter kick position. You can see his feet are 6 inches off starting, and then he's just alternating the flutter kicks. Abs are tight, legs are tight, we're not bending at the knee, we're keeping everything very rigid, keeping everything nice and tight, working those abs. 20 seconds of that, 10 seconds rest, and then we're back into our burpees. Let's get after it. All right, here we go. Ready to do it? 3, 2, 1. Nice and warm in the sun. Definitely one of those things that on vacation, you might think, oh, I don't want to work out. Definitely has gone through my mind, but just 20 minutes a day doing something. One round down, 4 to go. Woo. 10 seconds rest comes real fast.
So when you're doing this, try and push your lower back into the ground too, and you'll feel that even more with your core engaging.
Another movement you can do instead of the flutter kicks is the leg over. So it's pretty much the same thing, just working a little bit different. Go here, back to here.
Last round. One more of each exercise.
Heart rate's up already. We'll be on to the next superset. Next round at Tabata. All right, guys, we're on to round 2. Same principle, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, 20 seconds on of the second exercise. First exercise Matt's gonna demonstrate, it's a back extension. So everything we're doing today, while we're working one group, we're resting another group. So right now, obviously working the lower back. You're tight, just like we were on the flutter kicks. We're tight throughout, bringing up the shoulders and the legs at the same time. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more difficult, work a little bit more shoulders in there, depending on your range of mobility, keeping the arms out in front of you, just like Matt's doing here. Again, this is working your glutes. Your glutes need to fire. You're pretending, you know, you're squeezing at the glutes, using those lower back muscles, the spinal erectors, and you're raising up. 20 seconds of that, and then 10 seconds rest. And we're going into our second movement, which is going to be our shoulder tap. So this is going to be primarily working the abs here. We're also having to use a lot of stabilizing muscles here. You can see Matt's not twisting at the hip. Show him a bad rep here. Twisting at the hips there, letting the hips sink. Everything's going to be nice and straight on a perfect rep. Let's show him a good rep right there. Boom. Just his hands moving to touch his shoulder. Really good form there.
In line with the shoulders too.
Yeah, everything's in line. The shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, all in line there.
So if you make sure your palm of your hand is in line with your shoulders, you're going to feel it in your chest and work your shoulders too. So it's going to put obviously a lot of body weight on the shoulders and chest, and that'll bring that into play as well as the core.
Let's show them a modification now. Shoulder taps are a little bit more advanced. If you can't do the standard shoulder tap like we were doing, go to your knees and do it. Right there. This is a nice one to do. Again, if you can't do the prescribed exercise, we're going to make it a little bit easier for you. And again, the muscles we're working here, pretty much all push muscles. Anterior delt, tricep, chest, core. What we were working before with the back extensions, lower back, glutes, and the posterior delts, and the traps in there. So again, offsetting so we don't fatigue too fast, too early. So let's get into it. All right, round 2, here we go. 2, 1. Woo! Loving that glute squeeze. Posterior chain working here. If you can't get to the gym and do squats, this would be another exercise that really helps that posterior chain. This round's all about those little muscles. for it here.
Burning.
Oh, last round.
One more of each. One more. Final 20 seconds, then we got a minute break.
Woo! Shoulders, abs, lower back, glutes on fire.
Back for round 3. What we're going to do on this one, we got kick sits, is the first 20 seconds, and that's going to be paired with frog squats. Steve's going to demonstrate kick sits to begin with. His palms are going to stick flat to the ground, and he's going to shoot through his leg. Hips going to sit down for a brief second, come back in that bear position, and shoot through to the other side. So when he speeds it up, it's going to look like that. You'll notice that when he's in this starting position, his knees are pretty close to his elbows in that bear crawl position, and he's pivoting from the hips. Now, if you want to do an abbreviated version of this, he's going to get into mountain climbers, still palms on the ground, like when we did the shoulder tap, and he's going to drive his knees forward to between his hands. So that's the first 20 seconds. Either kick sits or mountain climbers, you choose. Next 20 seconds, we're going to do things called frog squats. His elbows are going to stick tight to the inside of his knees the whole time. They're not going to leave, so tension's always there. And he's going to stand up, shooting the hands through as far as they can go. You'll see that he's not going to be able to fully stand up because of this tension, and that is going to bring the hamstrings into play as well as cook the quads. Woo! So it's just a double burn here for the lower body.
This one is just straight evil because we're not actually locking anything out. There's constant tensions on your legs. A lot of lactic acid in this one. Biggest thing here too, I'm using my elbows and I'm actually pushing out my knees. You know, if you guys are a person that squats and has those knees cave in, this is a great reminder. Elbows inside of the knees, boom, right here.
You'll also see his heels don't leave the ground too. Toes can come off, but heels are stuck to the ground. That's the proper squat form as well.
Just showing the demonstration, my quads and glutes are on fire.
Woo! Let's do it.
Yeah, this round's gonna suck. Here we go. 3, 2. Get a nice little stretch, stand up. myself here. Absolutely reckless.
Keep going.
Reckless.
Last one, kick 6.
On vacation. I hated those.
That hurts. All right, we've got the final 4 minutes of this bodyweight Tabata. Next pair, we've got prone walkouts, which is really going to hit your hamstrings, and that is paired with high knees, a little bit of abs, a ton of cardio. Steve's going to demonstrate the prone walkouts. So, hips are up in the glute bridge. Then he's going to slowly walk out onto his heels as far as he can go without dropping the hips, and walk back in, keeping the hips up. So you're walking in, you're walking out. You'll feel that a hell of a lot in the hamstrings, so your hips don't drop. Then we're going to jump up on our feet. I know you're really looking forward to this one. High knees, so palms are out, hitting our knees to our palms. 20 seconds of that, we're alternating between the pair. Final 4 minutes.
Modification on the high knees, just be a jumping jack. So if you're really finding you can't get your knees up there, jumping jack will work.
Let's do it.
Last round, best round. This is our final Tabata, 4 minutes. Give it your all. Standing up part. Yeah? You said when you stood up? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, mine was that little bit of crash. Oh yeah.
Halfway. isn't it? Fun.
Oh yeah, those hammies are on fire now.
Final 20. Bit of skipping going on.
Yeah, I got confused. All the blood's in my legs.
10 seconds.